after after Thanos used the Infinity Stones, and the Avengers went to his house, he said, I am inevitable. I am inevitable. I am unavoidable. And that's like suffering and drama is just inevitable. Whichever way you choose, whichever path you choose, it's inevitable, When you're super talkative, you're gonna offend people by talking too much or by saying something that came out wrong, or just because you're different than other people, you're gonna offend them. If you don't talk at all, people are gonna think you're weird and be offended by your presence, They're gonna wish that you weren't there because you're a weird person, just not saying anything, being weird. People start avoiding you, so that's drama, Certainly, the thing is, it's not bad that people avoid you, but on your work, it's just terrible. And people start really disliking you because you don't say much, And whatever you do, all roads lead to suffering. It seems like whatever career you're going to do, none of that really matters, because all roads lead to suffering. It's just a shame, It's just a shame. All roads lead to suffering. It's just too much. I don't see the future anymore. I don't see myself in the future anymore. Cannot imagine it. Why do I feel like I'm more special than other people, right? Why do I feel that I'm the most special person and that if someone deserves special care, that it is me? Why the fuck do I feel that way? Why do I feel so different from other people? Why do I feel so unique, so special? Why is there always drama? Even if you start by saying, whatever I do, whatever I say, I don't want drama. I don't mean to be rude. If I offend you, I don't mean to offend you. If I cause any harm, just tell me I don't mean to cause any drama. If you go in like that, even then, drama is inevitable. It's just as if humans are made to bicker with each other, right? Made to have arguments, they're made to annoy each other. It's just exhausting, man. I don't want to deal with it, because my problem is that I don't say much, and people find that weird, so they start treating you like a piece of shit, They start sniffing really loudly or coughing in front of your ears, and it's just, and then you get angry, and if you get angry, you start treating them badly, and it's just all these fucking emotions. They're just in the way, in the way of peace, Yeah, I'm inevitable, I think. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is inevitable. I don't really think that we will ever be happy as humans. I don't think that humans will never be happy. At least I will not be. A few days ago I was kind of happy, even though I'm still in a lot of pain, but I told my father, like, I don't want to live anymore, right? This life is not for me. This world is not for me. I don't like anything. I don't want to live. And after telling that, I just didn't do anything that I didn't want to do for a few days, right? I just stayed in bed. I didn't go to school. I had like the possibility, the ability to completely shut off any worries about the future, And in those moments where I didn't have to wake up at a certain moment, and like I didn't have to worry about being somewhere the next day, and somehow I wasn't worried about like finding a job and working, because I had just completely given up, This life is horrible. This life, I'm just in hell, And the only thing that keeps me here is the fact that I care, So somehow I just was able to not care at all about anything. I was able to turn off my survival instinct for 2 days or 3 days. I didn't care. I didn't do anything that I'm supposed to do. I didn't care if I died, And in those 2 days I was quite happy, I was just going outside, like looking at my bonsai trees, I really love these trees. I love taking care of them. I love seeing them grow. I love shaping them, If sometimes I see a little tree shape in there, and then I try to develop it, and I try to make it artistic. I try to make it peaceful, but also fiery. Also, like, it needs some uniqueness. And so I really just focused on that for like 2-3 days, and I was quite happy, I just was able to, for 2 days, not do anything that I did not want to do. I only did the things that I wanted to do. If I didn't want to do it, I didn't do it. And if I wanted to do it, I did it, For 2 days I was just able to do that. And I was quite happy, But then after those 2 days, like, I started worrying again, like, I'll have to go to school, I'll have to do this, I'll have to find work, and all these things, they're just too much for me, you know. I can't handle them, you know. It's just too much for me. Way too much. And I'm just like, this isn't for me, you know, like, why am I still doing this? I'm not afraid to die anymore, like, if you want to put like a euthanasia needle in my arm right now, I'll welcome you to do it, right? So I'm not afraid to die anymore, so I'm not even afraid to hang myself, you know, it's a bit painful, but I'm not really afraid to do that because it's pretty successful and it's pretty fast and it's painful, but it's pretty fast, you know. And I'm not even afraid to do that anymore, right? I'm not even afraid to die, you know. I think that death is so much better than being alive, you know. And all these feelings that keep me here, you might say, yeah, they're positive, but no, because they keep you here, right? You think like, well, I shouldn't die because I have something to offer, right? I have something good to offer, but that itself is something bad because it keeps you here, right? We're here in a trap, right? And we are programmed to think that this life is something valuable. Do we think that this life is something beautiful? But it would be so much easier if we could just see that life wasn't beautiful, you know, and that we are trapped here even if we don't want to be here, right? And if we could just see that and admit that, and the people that are enjoying their lives, that's fine, you know. Let them enjoy their lives, but the people that really that really struggle mentally, you know, and that want to die like me, right? The people that like don't find joy anymore because they can't deal with the stress, you know, there's too much stress and they can't deal with it, you know. Let those people die peacefully, you know, and let it not be a taboo, let it not be something that causes a lot of pain, let it be something that is celebrated, you know. It's beautiful, you know. I think if people could just live like that, the world would be a better place, you know. And there are a lot of things that we find normal because they are like that, and we always remember them to be like that, you know. But these things, you know, you have to think about them. Are they really normal, right? Like, you die, you know. We think it's normal that I die, right? Is that normal? How much suffering does that cause, right? Is suffering normal, right? Why do I suffer? Is that normal? Why can I not just die for 5 years and then I come back, right? I die as long as I want to and then I come back, right? Why is that not possible, right? Like, I have to work, right? I have to spend 40 hours a week doing something that I don't want to do, right? Yeah, that's normal. That's like people say, yeah, that's normal. Everyone has to do that. You're lazy, just do it, it's life. And they're right, you know. It is life. It is normal within this life. It is selfish if you don't do it because everyone has to work, you know. Like 40 hours a week is way too much, I think. I think we could work way less. Then that would be better. But everyone has to work in this world. But why? That's normal in this world, but why is it that way? Why are we not free? Why do we grow up? Why don't we stay young, you know? Why don't we stay, why doesn't life stay the way it was when we are children and we are just happy, you know? Like, I've never truly been happy as a child. Like, I was never like a very social child, you know. I always was like very shy and stuff, so I've never truly been happy as a child, but at least I wasn't suffering like this, you know. So there are happy children, there are people that have happy childhoods, right? So why doesn't it stay like that all the time for everyone, right? We say things are normal, but are they really normal? If you really think about it, are they really normal, right? If you see a lion having to kill a zebra to be able to eat, right? Is that really normal? That's nature, that's normal. Yeah, but is it really normal? And is it something that is worth saving, right? The human species is worth saving. Nature is worth protecting. But is it really, right? Is it really worth saving? That's what I ask myself, you know. Where you're able to not think, you know, to not have any words in your mind, you know. That's the only moments that you can kind of feel relaxed, you know, that you can kind of feel good, you know. But as soon as you want to stop thinking, all these thoughts come into your head and you don't have any control of them, right? And they tear you down. All these thoughts, they tear you down. And you don't control them, right? So you want to stop thinking, but even that, even in your own head, you have no control. Even over your own emotions, you have no control. Is that normal, right? Is it normal that you feel afraid in the dark even when you don't want to be afraid? Is it normal, right? That's not normal. That's not justifiable. It's survival, you know? There's a blind force of survival. Survival has created innocent beings. You know, like, our body is totally guilty and totally deserves to be here, right? Because to be able to be here, we had to eat other animals, we have sacrificed humans, we have enslaved humans. So our bodies are not innocent at all, right? Our genes are not innocent at all, right? But our mind, it's every, like, it's also not innocent, but it's like you don't have memories of all of that, right? And you don't have control of your body, right? It's like, yes, you are a part of your body, so you are also a survival strategy, right? But you're also innocent, right? Because you are like the slave of the body, right? You're what the body uses to survive. You are like the pilot, you have to do everything to keep the body healthy and safe, you know? And so survival has succeeded in trapping innocent people in a horrible game, in a horrible existence. And that is why I think that this must be stopped, right? Even if some people enjoy it. Like, I'm not saying, like, don't enjoy your life, no. If you enjoy your life, very good, you know? Very good. that there are a lot of people, like, even if there was only one person that was in a lot of pain, his life should not be a thing, because clearly there has been a mistake. Clearly something went wrong, right? And the thing is, why do we want to avoid pain, right? Pain is not objectively bad, right? It's not objectively bad when some animal rips off my arm, right? So why do I want to avoid that, right? Why do I want to avoid that an animal rips off my arm? It's like there's perfect peace, right? Even if an animal rips off my arm, but for some fucking reason, I feel so much pain that I am motivated to avoid that, right? That I'm motivated to run away from that animal. But if I wouldn't care about that, then there would just be peace, you know? So that's why I think that we are slaves of the body, right? Because we carry all this negativity just to keep the body safe, you know? The body uses suffering to control us, right? Not to, yeah, to guide us, I will say. To help us help the body, right? And we are also the body, right? We come from the same mechanism that is so evil that it makes innocent people suffer. We are also that same mechanism, right? So, and I think we can become good people, right? When we have suffered so much that we don't want other people to feel how we have felt, you know? We want to take care of them, and we are careful with the words that we use and with the actions that we do, and we are very empathetic towards other people, and we listen to their problems, and we laugh when they're happy. So we can become good people, right? But I mean, good people are oftentimes unhappy, right? Because the only reason that they have become good people is because they've suffered a lot, right? Children haven't suffered a lot, so sometimes they will be good, sometimes they will be bad, right? Because they haven't really suffered, so they haven't really lost their innocence, right? So I think to become a good person is to have suffered a lot, right? And I'm just so amazed at how this world can exist, you know? How the fuck can I exist? And not in a way like, I wonder why I exist, I'm curious. No, I'm not curious. I am upset that I exist. I am upset that I feel all this pain. And then I ask, how is it possible that I exist? And there is no answer. There's just absolute silence. Is that normal? Is that normal that I am so desperate that I will literally fall on my knees and say, what do you want? Why am I here? Why am I suffering? And there is just complete silence. There is just complete silence. Is that normal? Is that normal? We shouldn't have children, you know? We shouldn't. Because if there is a chance that someone feels that I feel, and that should be avoided. It should be avoided. And you know, these people that have children when they're 18 and that they're 5, 6 children, why? You know, it hurts me so much. Why? Even if you're gonna be a good mother, why? Or a good father, like, I don't want to discriminate, you know. Why? Why? I don't get it, you know. Why do we accept this life and bring children in it when so clearly there is so much suffering, and we have such an averse reaction towards suffering, right? If we wouldn't care about suffering, that would be okay, but we want to avoid suffering at all costs, even if that means that we will suffer more, right? So yeah, there is no escape, you know. I am inevitable. It's like life is talking through me right now. Like, imagine just not me being a person, but me being life itself, right? And then life says, I am inevitable. Right? That's how it seems, right? It seems that life has used me to say this, to say I am inevitable. And it seems to be that way, you know. Existence seems to be inevitable because we exist, right? How fucked up is that, right? How fucked up is it that we exist? But it happened, you know. It happened. We exist. And so, I am inevitable. Existence is inevitable. Pain is part of existence as we know it. We can imagine a place without pain. So maybe it could actually exist, because it can already exist in our imagination. But do we want to find it? I don't know. Why would we want to find it? Why would we want to save this mechanism that enslaves us, right? That's what I don't understand. All these negative and positive emotions are just a carrot and a stick, right? They're just mechanisms to control you. So why would we want to save that, right? That is why I'm not afraid to die, right? None of this is me. None of this is me. So I'm not afraid to die because I never existed in the first place, right? I choose to be none of this. And that is also not me. You understand, right? I have nothing to lose. And that is also not my idea. None of this is me. You understand? You're just some kind of program, some kind of survival strategy. And even if that wasn't the case, even if someone intelligently designed you, who are you? Why can we not answer that question? Who are you? You are no one. You don't exist. You will never know who you are because you cannot exist. Do you not see that? And all these ideas, they can never find the truth because the truth does not exist. Or maybe it does, or maybe it doesn't. All and nothing. Nothing and all. It's just like this and that, it's all the same, and it's not the same. Right? The truth does not exist. Or it does exist. But what we cannot know is the truth. We cannot know the truth. And every part in me that keeps me here, that I would be supposed to love, you know. I would be like, yes, but life this, yes, but that, I want to stay here, but yes, yes, yes. I like, all those things are just evil, you know, because they keep me here even though I am suffering so much, you know. Like life, if life only had suffering, then people wouldn't want to survive, right? So people love things so that they can handle the suffering and still want to take care of the body, right? But all those good things are also evil, because they allow the suffering, they make space for the suffering. You understand? So none of this should be saved, right? We should just not exist. We shouldn't have existed in the first place, because if we wouldn't have existed, we wouldn't have any problems, right? Problems are only something that is created because we needed to survive. If there is no need to survive, there is no problem. So yeah, I don't think any part of me should be saved. I think if like a world could exist where there's only positive emotions, there's only positive things, then I would like to live there, of course. I would like to live there, but I do not think that's possible, and so even the fact that I want to live there keeps me here, you understand? So even this positive feeling, this positive thought keeps me here, you know? And that is why I'm not afraid to die, because I'm not here, you know? I'm just a program, I'm just a bunch of fears and a bunch of hopes that are not unique to me, and it's just an illusion, you know? Like, even the awareness behind the programming is part of the programming, right? So there's no part of me that's here. But the suffering feels real, and that's why I don't want to die. That's why I don't want to live, and I want to die. So yeah, that's really how I feel, you know. I just cannot understand it. But the thing is, I don't need to understand it, right? Because the only reason that I want to understand it is because I'm programmed to want to understand it, you know? So I'm in so much pain, you know, and somehow I want to avoid this pain, and I don't know why. Yeah. I've reached the limit of my mind, you know. This is like a boundary that I cannot cross. So it's like I found out that my mind is a prison, you know. And there are certain things, certain borders that I cannot cross. So I don't know what to do now. So yeah, I think, I hope I die soon, right? I hope that I am able to die soon. Like very soon. That's all I hope. Even though it doesn't matter, I still hope it. So yeah, that's it.